Welcome back to part 2 of episode 3 of the Hardy Conversation. I am Chris, clean-shaven Hardy, and always with me is Sean, I met Nick Hogan Hardy. So, we have a couple things to talk to you about. First of all, one of our roommates and longtime friends, LB Kid, brought something to us about autograph sessions. You know, do you like them? Do you hate them? What would you like to see changed about them? So my info on this is basically, have people get whatever they want to sign. Have them there on time, unlike WWE, because they're always at least 20 minutes late. Get at least 2 autographs, maybe more, or just throw, here, sign. And get at least 1 picture around them so you can walk around them, get a picture instead of doing the whole lean-in pose that people love to do, and go from there. What are your thoughts on it?
Honestly, there's a lot of issues that I have with autograph signings. Number one, if you're only going to allow a certain amount of people to get autographs, cut the line after that number. Don't allow people to get in line thinking they're still going to get autographs, only for them to be like 5 people away from the talent and then the talent leaves. That's number one. Number two, don't allow people to cut in line with other people. You guys are bringing talent there. You know how fanatic fans can be. Make sure you've got the right security there to not allow people to try and cut in with their friends. It's one thing if they hold a spot for somebody while they go to grab something to eat or go to the bathroom or whatever. It's another thing for people to be in line for 3 hours, and then 10 minutes before the signing comes, a couple of friends are like, hey, can I get in line with you?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, why not? And then everybody behind them in line just got pushed back like 3 or 4 spots.
Yeah.
Number 3, like Chris said with the photos, let us come behind the table or have this talent stand up so that we can get a picture and not do the lean-in pose. Regarding how many things to get signed, I don't know if I agree with you about allowing people to get as many things as possible, but if you're going to only allow 1 item per person, post a sign up that says 1 item per person. That way, during the hours we're in line, because we all line up quite a few hours before the signings.
Correct.
During the hours that we're in line, it gives us an opportunity to figure out what it is that we want to get signed the most. Is it a title belt? Is it a trading card? Is it an action figure, magazine, whatever? A little piece of notebook paper. Whatever it is that we really want to get signed gives us time to figure it out. Don't just tell us, as we're getting ready to walk up to the table, you can only get 1 thing signed.
Yeah.
Another question is talent variety. I get tired of seeing the same people every year at the same locations. This is a little known fact, but I have met Maria every year since the road to WrestleMania 21. Met her in 05, 06, 07, and 08. I have yet to meet her for 09. Yeah, she's hot, she's a diva, she was in Playboy last year. That doesn't mean you gotta trot her around. Give us other people. Something I would like to know, Chris, personal question.
Okay.
And I'll answer it too for all you viewers at home. Aside from Matt and Jeff,
Okay.
obvious since we're the Hardy guys,
Correct.
who has been the WWE superstar that you have most enjoyed meeting, and which superstar would you like to meet that you've never met?
Well, I'd like to meet that I never met would obviously be The Undertaker. Never met him, but he rarely does, or has never done, autograph sessions. Person besides the Hardy Boys who I really like to meet or enjoy meeting is probably people like John Morrison, Edge and Christian. Even though we don't like him, John Cena, Randy Orton, Hornswoggle's very cool. But
Only needed 1 or 2.
okay, sorry.
Okay. As for me, the one person right now that I really want to meet, it's actually a trio, it's the Hart Dynasty. That is who I really want to meet right now. I think I've met a good majority of the talent pool, whether it was actually in WWE or through independent organizations like PWG, but I think I've met a fair share of the talent pool. The Hart Dynasty right now is who I really would like to meet. As far as a couple of people that I really enjoyed meeting, as much as I hate on Cena, I have to admit, when I did meet him, he was a gentleman. He was really nice. He is always good with his fans. Randy Orton surprised a lot of people by being really nice to his fans. Twice I've met him. He was not rude. Made a crack about your birthday, but you know, you guys are April Fool's babies. It kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, same year, same day with Randy Orton.
I also wanted to discuss a match idea. Last week's show, I proposed an idea for a 6-tag team Elimination Chamber match, and it met with a little bit of criticism on the boards. A couple people thought that there would be too many people involved in that small of an area. They suggested War Games, which I think is too outdated, doesn't have the same type of impact it did back in the 80s when it was first introduced. So my next match idea, and again, people are going to call me crazy, but I would like to see a 6-diva Money in the Bank ladder match. Now let me explain. You have the Divas Championship and the Women's Championship. So right there's 2 belts that the briefcase could be cashed in for, as opposed to 3 world titles that the regular briefcase can be cashed in for.
And they never cashed on ECW anyway.
True. So there's only 2 that really get chased. 2 Divas titles. You would have Beth Phoenix versus Mickie James versus Katie Lee Burchill versus Natalya versus Gail Kim versus Michelle McCool. 4 of those 6 women have either been the Divas Champion or the Women's Champion, and are on the hunt to become the first diva in history to hold both titles.
Mickie James for me.
1 of those 4 has even held the TNA Knockouts title, and were she successful, Gail Kim would be the first person to hold all 3 belts in history. Then out of that 6, you have 2 divas, Katie Lee and Natalya, who have never gotten a major push for the belts, are lying in waste on ECW. This would give them an opportunity to win contention and pull a Punk or an Edge and cash in at the right opportunity to gain their first championship.
Sure.
What do you think, Chris?
I like it. It would be very interesting, but I still maybe like 2, 3, maybe 4, but not 6. But tell us how you feel. You know, tell us about everything that happened in wrestling this week. Tell us what you feel about Trump being back in the WWE. Tell us about that question from Sean. Do you like that ladder match idea? Do you like how, you know, the storylines are going? ECW, Superstars, Raw.
Who would you like to see get pushed?
Exactly.
Send us your questions. We will weigh in on anything and everything as we receive your questions. You can get us, as always, on myspace.com/thehardyguys. You can get me personally on myspace.com/LBWA
ChrisHardyPhoto.com, MySpace/ChrisHardyPhoto, YouTube.com/user/thehardyguys. Message us at any of those locations. We will get your questions and respond to you in one of our next volumes. See you guys next week when we bring episode 4 of A Hardy Conversation.